It really couldn't go better on this dog training outing. We walk into a wood on the Neston Park shoot near Bath in Somerset. Dave's dog puts up a bird. Gamekeeper Seb Abbott shoots it. Dave's dog retrieves it.
I basically scored a goal, right? In a competition, you have sort of 50 metres or maybe sometimes 20 minutes. When I walk into here, I'm only going to run for that short distance, and then the next person's going to come on, and then the next person's going to come on. Well, if I get what I've just had now, which is to get a flush and retrieve straight away, then I'm marked up.
Dave's talking like this because he's training the spaniel for field trials, which is not quite the same as training it for a shoot day.
When you go and beating, we'd have carried on for the other dog, it'd be a lot calmer, it'd only go in a bush where it thinks there's a pheasant. Unfortunately, from a trial point of view, everything has to be judged very, very quickly. So it's going to be judged within something like 15 minutes, actually nearly straight away. Just looking at the style and the action in the dog, the way it works, its head's down, the cover, it goes straight in, it flushes and it sits up automatically. And then when I sent it, it's straight out and straight back.
That's the difference between trialling and getting your dog to put up pheasants. The point of trialling is to mark a dog on all the best aspects of its breed while it's working.
The only thing this dog can do that you cannot do is use your nose, okay? So that dog should be able to work either side of me. So it works within gunshot. The rules and the kennel club rules are it covers the guns. So if you've got a gun either side of you, it should work to the gun and find in any piece of game. If the bird got up behind it, I'm out. It's a bit like cleaning windows. Okay, you've given me a piece of window to work, which is a piece of cover in between two guns. So I'm going to clean the windows like that. Hopefully when the wind's blowing, you're going to have the wind coming this way, or if the wind comes that way, I'm going to go that way and clean the windows. Okay, so I've got to cover all this ground, or be seen to cover all this ground. So with my dog, when I ask it to go in a piece of cover, it will do that, come back, and then it come across and do that little bit, and then come across and do that bit. So I'm cleaning the windows, basically making sure there's not a pheasant within this ground. All right, that's the basics. So you can say to me, you have not passed any piece of game, and you look like you've hit every piece of cover that possibly might have a bird in it. Not to walk down here and say, there's nothing in there. All right, what I'm actually going to do is prove to the judge, and to the viewer in a sense, that when I go like that, it's definitely had a look. Okay, rather than just running up and down and waiting to find a bump into something.
The retrieve was perfect. How much does Dave reward his dogs for picking game correctly?
The dog itself has always been rewarded for retrieving. It likes retrieving. It's a bit like me and you. If I said to you, there's a £50 note in that bush, you'd only have to find two, and every time I go like that and you find a £50 note, you'll say, David, point me again, where would you like me? But if I stand in this wood and I say, in this wood there's £50, and it takes you 4 hours to find it, it's nothing to do with David. So if I go like that in early stages and it finds a tennis ball, great fun. £50 note comes over, another £50 note over there. So I'm rewarding it very, very quickly.
If you want help or advice on getting your dog to this standard, contact Dave through his website, countrywaysgundogs.com.